Good to see you once again. We are joined, as always, by Greg Engert, Beer Director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a James Beard Award nominee. The group includes Red Apron, now 3 locations, Union Market, Merrifield, Virginia, and in Penn Quarter. Also, don't want to forget another fairly new addition, Iron Gate in DuPont. Greg, it is always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
What is on tap this week? Oh, something familiar but different.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Same but different. This is Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Obviously, if you find fresh Sierra Nevada hoppy beers, buy
Already
them.
had one.
And this is their well, it's similar, and you recognize it because it's the Harvest series.
Right.
So for a long time now, they've done the Southern Hemisphere Harvest Ale, where they get fresh hops shipped direct from Australia and New Zealand to the brewery, adding them in within about a week. They're fresh, but then dried and then shipped. And then in the fall, they do their Northern Hemisphere Harvest Ale with fresh hops as well. Sierra Nevada Celebration Ale has always been a fresh hop ale. They do a wet hop ale, which is you pull them off the vine, and rather than drying them, you just keep them moist and you use them within 24 hours. That's the Estate Harvest Ale. And then this year, they've added some new harvest possibilities. And the first up is Harvest Single Hop IPA, and it's with an experimental hop. So what you see here is they used a very kind of simple malt base. They really want the hop to shine through, and they're showcasing a new hop called Experimental Hop number 291. It's from Yakima Valley. A lot of these hops always go through trial processes where different breweries will utilize them, report back, and it takes some traction before the hop decides to go to commercial growth and then gets named. Sierra did a similar thing with what would become Citra hops, which is a huge thing today. You see it in Enjoy By from Stone. That's what they use in Torpedo predominantly. So This is a cool new hop, trimmed down malt base to showcase the hop's aromas and tastes. And it's going to be pretty good. You see, it says here, this is the first of 5 beers. There's single hop, the fresh hop, which we know is kind of like Northern Hemisphere, the wet hop, the estate, and then wild hop, which they haven't said too much about, but is hopefully going to incorporate hops that originated wildly occurring hops.
Okay. It only took 290 tries to get it right. That's the sort of perseverance I like. Oh, it's just, like I said, I had some of this over the weekend. Wow. It's so good. If you love hops but you don't like super bitter, which I do, but if you don't, you really
balance. Yeah, 6.5% alcohol, but still has malt character. You get some of that kind of toasted malt sweetness. The hop itself is great. I get a lot of pepper, black pepper, blueberries. It is kind of perfumed and floral as well. Really great on the nose, but the palate's delicious interplay of grain and a pinpoint hop bitterness. Nothing that's too astringent.
It's an interesting point. This, as you mentioned at the beginning, this is the Harvest series. So even if you see the same name of a beer, make sure you take a closer look and don't say, well, I've had that before. Right. Well, yes, you have and you haven't, because it's in a series, so it's constantly evolving.
And it's something that, craft brewers are craft brewers, but they're businessmen and women as well. So, you'll notice that when you see, beers from breweries, they want them all to look the same with subtle nuanced differences, even like from style to style, because they want you to identify it. There are some breweries out there where some of their labels just look so different that they worry that people aren't seeing it and associating it with that brand recognition. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. Will all of them look similar and just say Harvest, and then it'll say fresh hop or wet hop or wild hop? It'll be interesting to see how they manipulate these.
What would you pair this with?
Well, a milder bitterness is great for this beer. I think you can do it a lot of different things. I'm hooked on the black pepper idea, so I think you could do it with some kind of bittered greens. I mean, arugula's got a peppery note to it. I think that would work well. Endive salads, asparagus, spinach sides, things like that. But bacon, which always has a peppery note. So BLTs, we're getting warmer weather now, so we can start doing some BLTs. But even, I don't know, I was thinking of this earlier, like carbonara, because you imagine like pork belly, salami, pancetta kind of thing, salty and rich, bouncing against the bitterness, cracked black pepper everywhere, rich egg yolky qualities that this can dig into. I think that'd be delicious as well.
Which I had at Blue Jacket recently.
Yeah,
I mean, at the Arsenal.
Yeah,
the carbonara.
That's really good.
It's my favorite
That's
dish.
probably why I'm thinking about it. I love carbonara.
Greg, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.